Okay, folks, so segueing off from the last video, and so of course I have to start it by saying, and just bear with me for a moment so I can give you the accurate information that you already know because you saw the title, but I'm getting in the habit of trying to do this better and better with each video as best as I can. This is part 6 of making your bus, box truck, etc. nomad life series. The making your, you know what I mean. The topic being your agenda. So this is part 6 of your agenda. Like I said before, it's supposed to be ongoing, but I'm only making 6 parts right now because that's all of that I have to do it, and then I'm gonna have to work. So I don't know if I'll make a part 7, 8, 9, 10 and keep, or any way like that to keep going yet. And I might switch topics if I feel a more important topic is needed to speak about the moment and just continue on. Like I said, I would do in all other early videos. So let me stop wasting time with that. So now, and like I always say, please like, subscribe, click the notification bell. And because I don't have donation links, like I said in other videos, the PayPal link that's on my Facebook, I haven't checked to see if that's still active. And I don't have a way to withdraw that money yet if it is still active. So for now, the factual thing I can say is, if you would like to help me in whatever ways, be it money, be it some type of supplies or motorhome, land, or an ex-military base, things of that nature, I'll take all of that. A whole planet, yeah. Whatever ways you can help me, just contact me by the email address the_EIU@live.com, which is in the about section of this channel, and and possibly also in the video if I remember to put it there. So now, continuing from the last video, and so this being the whatchamacallit, this being the last, one for right now. I have about 17 minutes, and I'm just gonna hit you with the whole your agenda part, continue from where I left off. So now, you being an alien, right? You want to leave. That's what we're going on. You might have, from your perspective, your own other reasons. But you might have from your own perspective that, I'm not an alien, I don't believe in aliens, and what's this guy talking about? I just want to go, see the world, or just drive around my country, or just, be able to take bouts out the house for, on the weekends or a couple of weeks at a time. And so, my thing, like I said, is that yearning you have to leave, that's an alien yearning to leave. Because, it's just like, trees are stuck where they're at. If they could go walk around, like in the TV show, I think it was called Day of the Triffids, in the movies, there's older ones and newer ones. Those are excellent movies if you get a chance to watch them. The trees walk around. So trees would walk around if they could. There are trees that walk around, but we won't get in that right now. So now, and this is all the lighting I have. Besides, I have a head flashlight. But so like when I say supplies, if somebody said, hey, I want to send you a solar whatchamacallit, a nice, solar light, put the solar thing on your roof and it's nice and bright for the inside or whatever, a couple of them or something like that, I'm open to that. Contact me, because this besides my head flashlight, which uses the batteries I have this tiny little solar thing that I put on the roof, and it's just enough to charge 3 AAA batteries that I keep in my head flashlight, and that's what I use at night, but it doesn't last all night. And so I'm here in the dark, and there's mosquitoes and stuff. That's the most annoying thing. So going back to this, jumping back to that, That's not jump back to yet. That's another topic. Insects. We can make that another topic if I remember it and remember to write it down. Some of the hazards you run into that will distract you, that can make you ill, and that annoy you, keep you from getting rest. You're driving around. If you're driving around, but you got mosquitoes eating you up all day, all night, all day, all night, like I've been going through for decades. And you can't see them to get rid of them because you don't have enough lighting. See what I mean? So motorhoming isn't a game. Bus life is not a game. You have to be able to do this correctly. So now, wrapping back around to your agenda, if you're taking it from the perspective of, if you settle on, if you flow with me, vibe with me here, like, okay, you're an alien. You say to yourself, you know what? Maybe this guy's right. Maybe my problem is I just don't want to be on this planet anymore. I don't want to be right here. You know what I mean? I was talking earlier, about the suicide thing? People wanting to commit suicide? Maybe half of that is because people on the inside, they know there's this yearning to go somewhere else. And they figure the yearning is, okay, I'll take my life. I don't like it here. The only thing I can do is kill myself. And so, but that's not the answer. The answer is, you want a UFO. You want a spacecraft, interstellar craft, interdimensional craft. You want to be able to go somewhere else and get away from all of this and be somewhere where it doesn't cost $1 million a year to eat and live and drive and do all of this stuff and have a roof over your head. Come on. Look at what's going on here. And though the words $1 million a year are exaggerated for most of us, there's people paying a couple of $1 million a year or more just to have a roof over their head and the vehicles they have and run their business and all of this stuff like this. So they got to keep making that money. And so doing this bus life thing is the same way. It's a baby. You're creating a baby. You're having a baby day one. I wish, like I said, I could talk short, and that would have been the thing I would have said. Doing bus life, starting out into this, is the same thing as creating a child. You have created a child. In your mind at the moment, for the very least. You've created a child, and you're already talking to your child saying, hey, aliens aren't real. A yearning to go into outer space isn't real. So I'm limiting you. You will never be anything more than someone who works at a grocery store. That's what you're saying to your bus life. Most of you say that to your kids. Whether you realize it or not. You should be saying, hey, I've never seen an alien that I know of, but maybe they do exist. It makes sense. Look at the vast world. Look at the stars out there. All of those are suns. And if this sun had all these planets, there might be aliens out there, or they come and visit and got UFOs and stuff. Because half of the cars look like UFOs these days anyway. Would you like to talk about that part? Half the planes do too. So, and that all came from UFOs. So now your agenda, focus your agenda on, I just said agenda 3 times real quick, right? Focus your agenda 4 times. Focus 5. Oh crap. Focus your agenda on saying, hey, all right, I'm an alien. According to this guy, I'm doing this bus life thing because I want to be an alien out there, but I can't get a UFO right now because NASA and the European Space Agency and all those other ones, they won't let me just fly up there and see what's going on. And I don't have the money to get it because the way the world is structured. So, but, I go to an auction, which that's going to be one of the topics, the way to acquire. Everybody's got videos on going to auctions and doing this, but I don't think they're going to be quite like mine. And, you get one from an auction or this place or that, get a vehicle, and I want to go out there. So now, why? What should be my agenda here? So let me map this out for you, because I'm an intelligence officer unlike anything you've ever known before. So much so, and I'm just throwing stones right here, right now, so much so that no agency of any country I've ever resided in, any planet, world I've ever been on, none of these things that are unaffiliated with the Illuminati ever called me. Like you see people getting approached by intelligence services when they're in college, because I was in college for like 2 years. And so, you see them, oh, I work for the secret agency and thing, and I think your skills, we could use those, and it pays $70,000 a year or $100,000 or $1 million a year, whatever it is. Nobody approached me. Okay, I I cannot. I'll just say it like this. I cannot confirm nor deny that anyone has ever approached me to work at an intelligence service. But I'm not working at one. So, with that said, I'm struggling. And, but from my perspective of being this guy, and I'm so much so that nobody's ever approached me. And I attributed that to not some level of incompetence that I have or a level that I didn't reach in life, but I attribute it to, they're like, yo, he's on his own thing there. That Illuminati stuff and all of that is what he is. And all, I don't know. Let's leave him over there. I attribute it to that. So with this last 11 minutes, now all of a sudden the time's flying. That last video when I was doing all the talking, it was like slowing down or something. Because I was in my space. I guess that's what it was. And so your agenda should be that you are an alien and you're here to save the world. You're here to learn about the world. You're here to learn about this place, right? And you're looking around and you're like where you're at right now and what you're doing for a living and your family and all of this stuff like this. This is like a what do you call it? Like when you have water in a bowl and it just sits there and it gets funny and messed up and starts stinking and draws bugs and all of that. That's the way your life is. That's the way most people's lives are. They just, do that thing they do every day and they're right back in bed to get up and go to work, and then hopefully the weekend comes quicker this time and they spend a little bit more time with their family doing stuff they think they like to do to jump back into a Monday, the craziness. And so you want away from that. So, you're trying to get away from that and you're an alien, but you can only use a bus or something that you got from an auction or something and found it for a reasonable price. Reasonable used to be $800 4 years ago before COVID, and then after COVID and during, it all of a sudden, $8,000 for the same $800 used school bus. But we ain't gonna go there right now. So now you want to get this bus, so whatever monies you have, I see people every day is driving me insane because I'm looking at things from a different perspective. I see people going into mortgage debt. I see people buying brand new vehicles, and I'm not talking about a nice size vehicle used or pretty much new for like 5,000 or 6,000. Yeah, okay. Cars, horrible. I don't mess with cars. I do my best not to mess with cars. But somebody spend a couple of thousand on a car because they don't know any better. That's the way I look at it. Okay, they'll learn sooner or later. When they don't got a place to live, they'll learn. Now, people are spending 70 grand, 100 grand and more, and you see a couple of $1 million cars and going into mortgages, and it doesn't make any sense. And if you're someone who does that, I can't make it make sense to you. I can make it make sense on paper, but maybe not to what's going on in your mind. Because it's just like if you were someone who are on drugs. You have to hit a rock bottom most of the time in order to stop. And some people hit rock bottom and they get up a little bit and then they just fall right back down until they end up overdosing. But some people hit that rock bottom and that's it. They don't mess with whatever it is anymore, be it a relationship or drugs or a way of life. And so that's another thing applying to the whole Nomad thing. Your agenda is right now, whoever you are, be informed by what's going on in your life. That's whatchamacallit, a fork in the road, but it's not what you should be using as an agenda for you going out there. Because it's kind of like if you have people chasing after you or something, right? You have enemies and you did something to your enemies and they're looking for you, chasing after you, and you just trying to run here and run there. You have to confront them and resolve it however it needs to be resolved so that you can live your life and so that they can live theirs. And so you can't run from a lifestyle and then do bus life and stuff. That's not what this is for. Because like I said before, you are going to go out there and you're going to, let's just go over real quickly a quick run through day one. You get this bus, you convert it, or you don't completely. You just jump it, throw your stuff in it, everything you own, and you leave your wife and kids, if that's what's going on, because maybe you got divorced or kicked out the house, or you leave your spouse because you broke up, or you leave your job because you don't like it anymore. You jump on the road, you leave your house, leave your apartment behind, maybe sell your house. Now you're on the road. Here's day one. It's hot. You have to have the air conditioning on all day, or it's cold where you're at. And so you have to have food, clothing, and shelter adequate for what you're about to go through, which is once you turn that vehicle off, it's not like your house or apartment. You don't have heat. You don't have running water. You don't have all these things you need to have. These are needs. These are not extravagances or whatever the word people use for that. These are things you have to have. You have to have hot water. You have to have access to a way to store food in a cold climate, cold, store the food cold, and in a lot of cases, depending on what your diet is, heat that food up or cook. You have to have the most important thing, and that's where this will be with agenda. The most important thing is bathing. I see so many videos. People, I like the way the person talks and everything. I'm not a people liker. I've learned to not like people. I've learned to appreciate certain aspects and certain skills people have and things of that, but not the people, because people don't deserve it. It's just what it is. So now, and you start liking someone in your own way, and I'm not, I'm straight. So, if it's another guy, it's like you're falling in love with this way this person is. Again, I'm straight. And so, but, then something about them throws you off. That's all how usually things go, relationships too. And then it's like, he's about this, or I don't like him anymore. Now this applies to men and women. I'm the same way. It's not like a sexual thing. What I'm saying to you is, you know how it is. You see someone, you like them. It's like, this person's cool. And then you find out that they're not worth nothing. And it's like, wow. And so I tried what you see here, besides what I hold back because I'm in intelligence, is what you get. So there is not somewhere along the lines and all this, we're like, I thought he was about this, he said he was about that, now he's just a freaking liar or whatever. And I'm not that guy. So I'm the good guy, trying to save the world, trying to get my life together, save the world, save the universe, and make everybody happy, make the world better place, and make it like heaven. And then I'll be happy. I'll be dancing on the streets and all that stuff all day, and I'm not even joking. And so with this last minute and a half, 2 minutes, I'm saying to you that, if you need to bathe. You need to have your vehicle set up as if it's a giant bathroom. All the ones we make as the Illuminati and all these organizations that I'm affiliated with, they will all be like giant bathrooms that have furniture in them and all the other stuff you need. But, the floors should be such that, no water gets through. All of it should be made out of stainless steel, everything, so that it doesn't rust. There's no reason for any vehicle to be made out of anything that rusts. The vehicle that I'm currently in is rusting all over the freaking place. And that doesn't make any sense. You see most of the earth is water, most of your body is water, but people make things that rust, and it's just stupid. Anyway, so with this last minute, in line with the, bathing, you got to go out there and be around people, and you're closing out your day. You're like, I need to wash up for the next day. You got to have all that stuff straight. I need clean clothes. You need, a laundry facility in your thing. If you don't have all these things, you have to go affect other people's lives and be involved with other people to get them done. Laundromats, going to the grocery store to get food because you can't raise your own because you don't have a garden net like you had at your house. You have to go buy food. You're always out somewhere at some restaurant or buying some food somewhere in atmospheres that you might not like or be comfortable in, around people you might not like or be comfortable with when you were trying to get away from people and things in the first place. And so even though you might be a good person, you're affecting other people with the way you are. So you're throwing off a balance. So when you do this, you have to be able to go out there and balance everything. So I'm going to make one more short video and close it out. Be with you in a second.